Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be talking about Doctor Who Inferno. I know I'm kind of late on this one, but I've just been busy with school. Also, this is 7 episodes long, so it took me a while to watch it. Um, this is one of my favorite. This might be my favorite John Poultry episode, and that's saying a lot because he was on the show for 5 seasons, second longest Doctor. So having so many episodes and this one being my favorite speaks volume to the quality of the story, if we're being honest. I've seen this one before, though it's been a few years, so it's really nice to come back and revisit it. Um, Poetry's first season, I would say, is his strongest just because there's a lot more darker tones to it than the other ones. Not that, I think all 5 of his seasons are really good in my opinion, but I just think his first one is my favorite. Something interesting about this one is that there's really filmed in only like 3 locations: the doctor's lab, outside, like between them 2 buildings, and the operations center or whatever it's called. It's basically a bottle episode, and you might think this is boring, but you have so much going on. You have these scientists who are drilling into the Earth's crust. I don't know who thought that was a good idea to drill into the crust of the Earth. Um, some geniuses there, but apparently that it's not a good idea, which I think could be predicted by pretty much everybody. Yeah, something I also like about Poultry's episodes is that they have very strong environmentalism messages to it without being overly preachy. I think they strike a very good balance of having a lot of things to say, but not exactly talking down to you the same way Chibnall's episodes did. But yeah, so not only does this have people trying to drill into the crust of the earth, but it also has zombies. Yes, it has zombies, and they're creepy. I'm gonna be honest. They look a bit silly. They're all green. Looks like somebody just like painted them green and said, you know what, let's call it a day. But I think it works because they still look human in a way, which I think adds to the effectiveness of it. Um, and if that's not enough, you also have an alternate universe. So the Doctor spends, I'd say, half of the story stuck in a different universe where the Brigadier has an eye patch and no mustache, and Liz Shaw's a brunette instead of a redhead, and they're like this evil fascist dictatorship, like something out of like Russia or, or China or something. Like that could have been an entire like 6 part in itself, but then you combine it with all this other stuff, which makes it like even though this episode is 7 parts, it never feels dull. There's always something happening, and that's rare for classic Who. A lot of times when you have longer stories like this, kind of plods along, and you're like, okay, where's this going? But this one is like a constant breeze. Nicholas Courtney does such a great job playing evil, the brigade leader instead of the brigadier. Um, Very kind of he thinks he's so important, but also he's very cowardly and spineless too. It's a nice balance because everybody knows people like the brigade leader in real life, and it's just interesting how he's like the complete opposite of the brigadier because the brigadier is very fearless and brave and compassionate, I'd say. We also have section leader Liz Shaw, who I is also a really interesting character because he starts off kind of a bit very opposite from the very kind, intelligent Liz, um, but it's the doctor's able to notice there's some similarities. Like he's like, you always wanted to be a scientist, didn't you? And she's like, I did when I was little. That shows like deep down they are the same people in a way, just like the worst qualities of them. Though Sex and Little Elizabeth Shaw redeems herself in the end of the episode, but still, like, I think that's interesting, like how like one choice in life leads to another, like that. Try to change Benton. That like he just looks exactly like the other one, except he's evil. Like I like how Elizabeth, like Liz and the Brigadier look different physically, but he just looks the same. John Poultry is he's just such great performance in this story. Like um, his desperation to fix the alternate universe and then to find out that they're screwed and they just Earth is basically just destroyed by lava. Um, and him recounting that is like one of the rare moments where John Porte's doctor gets emotional. I was saying this when I talk about the Shirigava era, where like if you have the doctor cry every episode, it kind of lessens its impact, has diminishing returns. Um, but when you do it like once a season, it actually feels something. You know, like when the doctor was getting emotional in this episode, you actually felt it because like he doesn't get emotional most of the time. So that was a good scene by him. The ending's a bit rushed, um, but besides that, it's a classic. Like if somebody was like, "What's a good John Poetry episode I should watch?" I'd say, I guess I'd say Spirit from Space. But since that's more of an introductory episode, this is like his best. You know, his quintessential like best episode of his era. I haven't seen every single episode, but I've seen quite the majority of it. So, yeah, this is just a fun time all around. Very dark too, like when the alternate universe gets destroyed and stuff. Um, Probably has the highest death count in one of the highest death counts in Doctor Who if you think about it, because like that whole world got destroyed. So that's like a couple billion. Um, so yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this down in the comments below. And I posted this on my community tab, but just in case you guys haven't seen that, I'm going to take a break from talking about Classic Who because the new season is coming out next month, and I'm going to be talking about that. So don't expect my Terror of the Autons video until like May or June, whenever the season ends. Um, but yeah, one more thing I have to say. This is the last story to feature Liz Shaw, um, because they realized like if they have an extremely um, intelligent scientist companion, there'd be nobody for the Doctor to bounce ideas off of. Which, I mean, if I were them, I would have just added Joe Grant and kept Liz around. Like we could have had two companions. But also Caroline John was pregnant anyway, so she didn't really mind. So I guess everybody won in that scenario. But Liz, you will be missed. I liked you. I thought you were cool. I haven't seen your spin-off, Probe, because I heard it wasn't that good, but you were a very good companion, and rest in peace. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.